And guess what?
He's going to take it.
And guess what?
He's going to take it.
They ain't even going to help
He's going to take it.
They ain't even going to help you.
He'll take it.
They ain't even going to help
He's
you.
going to take it on Saturday.
Hold. Let's see. Hey, the people that you with ain't even going to help you.
Welcome, fight fans, to my channel. This is Johnny, and in today's video, we're going to be going over that it's fight week in Los Angeles. From the moment this card was announced, Riyadh season in LA, headlined by Terrence Crawford and Israel Madrimov. I know everybody here has been excited. Multiple levels, reasons for excitement. Crawford going after another division, 154. Pretty much at the time when the fight was announced, from the American fans, virtually an unknown in Madrimov, the champion at 154. He holds the WBA belt. Both fighters landed in LA last night. They started their media day obligations. There's a bit of a video going around of them at the stadium with Eddie Hearn and Crawford going back and forth, joking, taking shots at each other. But in typical Bud Crawford fashion, he never really just jokes. And he was defending his resume. Eddie Hearn was talking about how this Madrimov fight will be Crawford's toughest fight. So I want to remind everybody what Crawford has been up to, who he's beaten to get to where he is today, as well as Madrimov.
Right.
I'm 3-0 against you, sir.
That doesn't matter.
3-0.
One was against Ricky Burns. You're 135 pounds.
That's your best champion.
Dongo.
That's your best champion.
That was your hardest fight.
That's your best champion.
That was your hardest fight.
Why would you disrespect your best champion?
This is going to be your hardest fight, Saturday.
That's your best champion.
Yeah.
Why would
115,
you disrespect
113. Should have been a draw.
Never.
See the scorecards.
See, man, where Ricky at, man? I like Ricky, dude.
And I want to talk a little bit about a narrative that's going around on Team Madrimov. Everybody talks about the pundits who are saying that Crawford's going to struggle with him. What do they always say? They're going to say Madrimov has an exceptional amateur background. Guys, if we look up the definition amateur in the dictionary, you're going to find words reading a person who takes part in a sport or other activity for enjoyment, not as a job. To use an amateur background as a reason for a fighter who is going to win a world title fight, I do not adhere to that. To use an amateur background to defend one's resume, I do not adhere to that. But to use one's amateur background to talk about the experience of a fighter in relationship to his overall skill set, I agree with that. And if that's what we want to do with Madrimov, so be it. Here are the facts. Madrimov has never beaten a world champion. Madrimov's last fight was against an undefeated fighter, Magomed Kurbanov, for the vacant WBA 154 title. So he really has never fought a world champion and beaten them before. Bud Crawford has fought in 18 world title fights. He is 18-0 with 15 knockouts. Bud Crawford has also beaten 10 world champions. Bud Crawford is trying to win his 11th fight against a world champion in regards to the Madrimov matchup. Now, also I want to talk a little bit about briefly Madrimov's resume. We could talk about his last fight, Kurbanov, who was an undefeated Dagestani fighter. But with Bud's resume, people shouldn't forget. I'm going to be brief with this. Jose Benavidez Jr., undefeated. Mean Machine, undefeated. Raymond Beltran, former champion. Felix Diaz, Olympic gold medalist. Ricky Burns, 3-division world champion, unified. Julius Ndongo, undefeated, unified. Jeff Horn, undefeated world champion. Yuriekis Gamboa, gold medalist, undefeated former champion. Victor Postal, undefeated champion. Amir Khan, former 2-division champion. Kell Brook, former world champion. Sean Porter, former 2-time champion. Errol Spence Jr., unified, pound-for-pound, undefeated champion. That's Bud's resume. So for anybody out there who are Bud fans who might not have known those facts, those are what you say when people talk about the pros and cons of the fight. You talk about his resume, you talk about his body of work, you talk about the fighters that he's beaten. You don't say things such as he's just gonna win. You're gonna talk about the facts. Also, guys, I'm gonna let you go on this point. This isn't the first time Bud has moved up. Meaning, yes, Madrimov will be the biggest guy that Bud has fought before because Bud's never fought at 154. But if you've seen them walking around in the field together, if you've seen the media pictures so far that I've posted on our online sites, our Facebook group, our Instagram, and the photos that you're looking at now, Bud is not smaller than Madrimov. Also, he's done this before. When he was fighting at 135, at one time in his career, he moved up to 140 for the first time, which they said was the biggest fighter he ever fought. We know how that went. And he also did it at 147 against Jeff Horn. And we know how that went. So this will be the third time that Bud has fought a guy, in quotes, as the biggest fighter he's ever fought before. And so far in those fights, Bud is 2-0. Day one of fight week, stay tuned to the channel. I'm going to be doing a lot more videos, educating guys on both fighters, talking about the fight, getting everyone excited. And be sure to subscribe, hit the notification button if you like my content. That'll allow me to pop up in your feed and remind you guys when I post. Talk to you guys soon.
What are you doing? You coming at me from both sides?
Yeah, we coming at you from both sides.
No Diddy. No Diddy.
World champion. This dude, he's a 3-weight world champion, man. Put some respect on that man's name.
That's why I said he should have beat you that night.
No, he shouldn't have.
You still owe me
No, he shouldn't have.
£700 hotel bill in Scotland.